Hello. I got my bad glasses on. I can't find my good ones, so that's not a good thing. We're home. I'm finally caught up on shipping, so I thought I'd come and see my friends. That's you guys. I came to see my friends. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but Luther's chasing a ball around the room. Hey! Danielle's here. Whew. Hi, what's up? Ooh. Hello, Derek. Let's spin. I need to. This is the first time I've touched a wheel in over a week. Sup, Carrie? I don't know if it'll be loud. I think it'll just be a little, you know. Oh, Danielle said I was watching a Lion brand live on IG. They were talking sock ease yarn. No, I'm lying. I have used it. Carrie said working. Hey, Morgan. Patty loves sock ease. I haven't used it in a while. When it first came out, I used it a bunch, actually. And I did like it. I felt like it wore pretty well. Hello. I'm caught up on shipping. See, Carrie said the same thing. I also love Saki's. It wears really well. I agree. I think it wears a lot like Regia and Opal. Quite nice. Michelle said, hello, I just found you. I've been binge watching your videos. Welcome, Michelle. Is this your first live? It must be your first live if you just found us. Danielle said, there were some cute colors. I guess it's back for a short release. Okay, Anne. Crystal said you met Andrea. You guys, I have to tell you how that happened. John and Kai asked us to come and see him spin in the competition. So John and I went. We were sitting in the, Carrie said the same, exactly. That's what reminded me of Regia and Opal. Okay, so we were sitting in the audience area. And she walked up. And so I was like sitting there with John. I turned on my camera and I was like, I might film her from afar for a second. And I was just waiting for her to like turn her head and look at the crowd so I could, you know. And she finally did, and I was like, hey, oh my gosh. And so then we were like, don't leave without talking, because we couldn't get to each other either. And so I got up and we hugged, and it was so cool. It was really cool. Shanna, hey. Derek said almost done loom knitting some socks. Interesting. Hello, Kate. Sorry. Okay, Danielle said I'd love to hear more about what the spinning competitions were about at the festival. I think it was just length, like how much you could spin. It was 10 minutes, and it was like how much you could spin. When I was there in 2017, they had like a sheep to shawl. They had a whole huge section of more competitions, and there was only one little area, unless I missed it. It's possible. Anything's possible. That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Ellen said, hello, everyone. Just saw that you are live. Just washing my first ever fleece. Woo! Ellen, what kind of fleece did you get? I'm thinking I remember, but I want to ask you. Was it Jacob? She said, had to find your video on how to do it before I started. Hey, Jelaine. She said, nice to see you. Glad you got home safely. Oh, yeah. We make the journey part of the fun, if that makes sense. And that's why we stop and camp overnight and make it a little easier. And plus, we just like hanging out. Isn't that gross? On Monday morning, I emailed John and I'm like, I'm going to miss you today. I hate that. Hey, Sherry. Morgan said, we did Oregon Flock and Fiber this weekend, and they didn't have their normal spinning competitions. I was sad. I'm sure they'll be back in future years. I hope so. Patty said she bought her first fleece at Rhinebeck. I didn't check out the fleece sale. I have a humongous closet full of fleeces, and I just can't justify one right now. As you can see, I felt like I couldn't justify any conspicuous consumption because I have so much already. Hey Kelly, Ann said I'm about to start spinning 100% alpaca for the first time. Anything special I need to know? I feel like, well, is it Wakaya or is it Surrey? Because they're quite a bit different. Kim said, I haven't spun in about a month. I've been knitting like crazy, and I sit down to spin, then got the notification that you're live. Glad I caught it. So yeah, so you can spin with me, Kim. I just feel like spinning for a while. I've got to get this purple done. Oh my word. I got to change hooks. Carrie said, I feel the same when Dan goes hunting. Leading up to it, I'm all alone time, yay, by 12 hours, and I'm ready to cry because I miss him. I don't feel that way until like bedtime. I am happy to just like watch whatever I want on TV and knit and eat weird things that I don't have to cook, like just strange things out of the fridge. But when it comes to bedtime, I'm like, oh crap, I miss you. Anne said the other one. Okay, so if it's Wakaya, I feel like it's not that hard to spin, but sometimes it can tend to get ropey. So try to spin it as little as you can and have it hold together. Just find the sweet spot. So practice a little, maybe just like a little tiny sample. Maybe other people have had different experiences. Morgan said, I bought 4 fleeces. I must be done buying now. 2 of them were almost 7 pounds. 7 pound CVM fleeces? What? Both CVM plus a Dorset and a BFL Targhee cross. I bet that is wonderful. Kelly said, I haven't been spinning because the 3-year-old next door loves to treadle my wheel. Better for her to have an empty bobbin. Yes, I agree when she plays. But you've been spinning, knitting with hand spun. Danielle said, I saw there was a little festival just across the border from me near Lexington, Michigan this coming weekend. Is there? She said, I'm tempted to go since I've missed all the others. What's it called? I didn't know there was one this weekend in Michigan. Not trying to go, just asking. Yes, Kim said, when Ben is out of town, I stay up way too late. I'm super tired. I think I stay up too late because I'm like a little nervous. It's silly though. Carrie said bedtime is the worst. Jelaine said, did you see Lopez Island Wool or Farm at Oregon Flock? They were supposed to be there and processing a raw fleece just received from them. Eileen said, hi from Wales. Ooh. She said, we had Welsh mountain sheep for neighbors yesterday. And, oh gosh, how do I say that, Eileen? Hey, Shaylee. I did meet Shaylee. We didn't take a picture. We only met for a quick minute. She was in the spinning competitions too. Weren't you first? She said, happy Wednesday. She actually camped in our campground. I can't believe you didn't come say hi. Eileen, are you on a trip also? I need to know. And I met a sheep named Eileen at Rhinebeck. Well, right outside. We were getting ice cream. Danielle said, Thumb Fiber and Folk Arts Festival. I'm going to look it up. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly got her sheep sheared over the weekend. Caitlin said, I stay up and knit until the wee morning hours when my fiance is out of town. And with him being down south on shore duty, I've been severely lacking sleep. But I knitted a shirt for A in 3 days. Oh, storm duty. Okay. I'm sorry if I messed that up. I'm trying to see if I read it wrong. Morgan said, Jelaine, I didn't, but honestly, I didn't mentally process over half of what I saw. There was so much, and I had my 2 little girls with me. I swear, you guys, after about the first probably like 2 hours. I can't remember what all I saw, who all I saw. It's like it becomes, I mean, it's not that I don't really remember, but I couldn't list it out for you or anything. Eileen said, Welsh is a hard language. It is. I feel like it is. It doesn't sound really like anything else. She said, yes, we are on a road trip in a camper through Wales. How awesome. Never seen as many sheep as I have seen in the past days. Haha for Eileen the sheep. Okay, Caitlin said, nope, definitely typed it wrong. Okay. I was reading it and I'm like, okay, I can do this. Linda said, I have been doing School of Sweet George's class, working from fleece class. I scored 2 Gotland Finn crosses and 1 BFL Wensleydale lamb cross. Nice. Crystal said, I haven't touched my drop spindle in weeks. You know what? Your mojo will come back, Crystal. Rita said, planning on SAF Friday with my daughter, been saving my money. Please report back, Rita, because on the way home from Rhinebeck, we started looking at 2023 SAF and thinking maybe, not saying for sure, but maybe. Hello, Cindy. Mel said, you were high on wolf fumes. It's true. I also get overloaded, I think. Shaylee said, got second. Well, you were holding your wheel too, so it's not as easy to like stand around holding a wheel up. You know what I mean? She said, got second. The rules were different than the website. Okay, maybe you can tell me. They did only grade you guys on length, right? She said, I'm just a sore loser. I know I meant to get a picture, and we got back to the campground late every night and left early. Well, I mean, maybe next year. How did your other thing go? Because didn't you go there to demonstrate your sock machine? Danielle said, it's like having a baby. I honestly don't remember huge chunks of time of labor and delivery. I remember all of that, Danielle. I do. Really. Jelaine said, I really liked SAF. Oh, I see. Crystal said it's not Mojo. It's here, Mom, fix your granddog sweaters. I gotta make Luther some sweaters this year, I think. Oh, and commissions. Yay. Kimberly said, I can't wait to get into those fleeces. 3 are lamb fleece. So wonderful. All right, I'm still struggling getting this wheel adjusted. Hey, Lori. Oh, it got cold here during that week. And also, like, we came back to a completely different yard. It's like our trees were mostly green when we left, and the leaves just turned like crazy while we were gone. Oh, bye, Rita. So what have you guys all been working on? I've missed it. I missed you. I had terrible connection though up there, or over there, I guess. Crystal said, get this. They bought the grand dog a new sweater last night. I'm getting that one because she already tore it up. Yeah. Last time I made Luther a sweater, he immediately went outside, took it off in the snow, and I was like, okay, Shaylee said the website said longest and nicest skein with points deducted for breakage in the yarn and bonus points for finishing the wool before the 10 minutes was up. There was no point system. Okay. Because I asked Kai ahead of time. I was like, oh, okay, so what are they giving you points on? What's the criteria for winning? And he said at Maryland it was, a couple different things, and he wasn't really sure. And it looks like it was just length, right? All they checked was how many times it wrapped around the nitty-knotty. Danielle said, also, can anyone help me with the memberships? I've looked all around and can't figure it out. Danielle, are you on an iPhone? Because if you are, they have not updated their app. I suspect that's like a whole thing. But, iPad. Okay, so that's why they haven't updated their app. So you have to come and find me in a browser, and then you'll actually see the little, like, you have to open up Safari or whatever, and go to YouTube there and find one of my videos, and then join will be right by where the subscribe button is, right close to it. Crystal said she loves her sweaters. The problem is when a pit bull and a Great Pyrenees wrestle the sweater. I bet gets it every time. Nikki said you have to be on a computer. Okay, I thought you only had to do it on a browser, but maybe. I'm sorry, Danielle. Yeah, it is boo, isn't it? I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think Apple doesn't want Google to be able to do that because, Google owns YouTube. So I think they're dragging their feet updating the app. Kimberly said, I'm also making food for Mike's hunting trip next week. You're nice. I usually bake cookies. Well, actually, I usually send food. I wonder if I need to get ready to start sending some food. Oh, good. The sock machine demoing went great. That's awesome. Where was it? I mean, obviously, I didn't see it because I would have said hi to you. Morgan said I wove a scarf for my dad for Christmas. The fabric came out a little too dense, but he's never going to wear it anyway. He lives in coastal California. He'll love it, but never need it. I think that's really sweet that he would love it, even though he won't be able to wear it. Maybe he'll visit you and wear it or something. Oh, Building E. Okay, that's where the spinning competition was, right? Kimberly, why? You're so busy already. Why are you cooking all the food? John says part of the fun is that him and his brother go and eat bad food. So I usually cook them dinner one time, sometimes two, and then I send goodies. I'll probably do cookies this year. I actually just pulled up a peanut butter, whiskey cookie recipe. And I think that those boys will like it. So I'm going to make them that. Mel said, going to go to my mother-in-law's tomorrow. Wait, she's the one with all the wool, right? Get to see all my sheep friends and the best guard donkey that ever was. Donkeys are fun. They have so much personality. Shaylee said, had one couple that was not nice, but the rest were great. I'm sorry. Most people were great there. I had a few people out in the vendor areas while I was trying to walk through. One lady just about threw an elbow to get right in front of me, and then she turned and looked at me and she goes, sorry. I'm like, you're not sorry. I'm not mad, but don't pretend you're sorry. Just own it. It's okay. It is really crowded and kind of stressful. Kimberly said, because he likes my food better than his wife's, they are completely backcountry camping in the mountains, so must pack everything in. Oh, that sounds cold. Shanna said, first frost here in central Oklahoma, so we are pretty much done with the garden whether we like it or not. We haven't even had a first frost yet. Carrie said, now I want to meet a donkey instead of just the donkeys that I've met. Rico, hey! Rico said, question for the weavers. Should I make a sectional warp beam or stick with a basic beam? I just ordered myself a sectional warp beam and they sent me the wrong kind. They sent me one with a friction brake and I needed one with the ratchet and pawl. So I had to send it back. I literally just got it back in the mail today. So I don't know yet. But I did order one because it seems like if you want to do super hugely long warps, that it's going to be kind of nice. Does that help at all? I don't know. I really don't know yet, but I will let you know as soon as I do. Nikki said we might get snow Sunday here in Montana. Oh, fingers crossed, Kimberly. He's going elk hunting, huh? I have only eaten elk twice, so our neighbor many years ago used to hunt everything, and every once in a while he would give us a packet of some kind of more unusual game. So Yeah, Crystal said don't say the S word. I'm trying to embrace it. It's coming whether I embrace it or not, you know? Rico said, I just kind of like the idea of no warp separator to keep organized for it. Haha, I'm too lazy. Yeah, I wish there was like a more, I don't know. It just seems like there's no really simple way, right, Rico? Sherry said, Nikki, I'm jealous. I miss the snow. Bless you, Sherry. Safe, healthy, happy said, greetings from Edinburgh. Hello, greetings. Would you like me to say tomato? Because Lisa gets a kick out of it. Crystal said, I'll embrace it when it's here. I just don't want to encourage it. She said, I think I banned all the S words in Twitch. Oh, goodness. Danielle said it was snowing in the Sioux this morning. My mama was pumped. I have friends. I think she lives around Roscommon, and she woke up to snow Monday. I don't even know what day it is today. This has been a weird week. Carrie said it S tier a couple days ago. I'm sorry. You guys, how? I would be so sad if we had snow already. It'll be soon. Kimberly said, I love elk, but he also has deer tags, so I'd settle for venison. Our neighbor has already gotten, I think, 2 deer. John went and helped him track. They couldn't find this crazy story. He shot it with an arrow. It's only, what do you call it? Bow season here. So he shot it and then lost it. And he said, I'm going to go back and track it this afternoon. Do you want to come back and help? So they found it. John found it. Well, more than one of them saw it. But he saw it best because he was closest. And it had its tail down. And he's like, I think that's it. Because when they're hurt, they like don't want to flash their white behind. Whatever. So it laid down. The guy went to go get his bow to, finish, whatever. And it passed right there in front of all of them. Really sad, but I mean, it's sad to me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told that story in front of Carrie. I'm sorry. It makes me feel sad. But at least they didn't lose the injured animal. That's like, for hunters, that's like one of those things that keeps you awake at night. Hey, Nikki. You're not late. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, Nikki. Besides, I'm almost done with my little... I got more. I have so much more. This purple is never going to be done. The sweater better be good. So Carrie said she's working. What other things are you guys working on? Tell me. I didn't even finish a sock on that trip. Luther was so clingy in the car. It is. Sherry said the never-ending purple. Crystal said, I don't like hunting, but I understand people doing it. There's a difference. I understand that people don't, and I do get it. But, there is a level of respect that some people have, other people don't, Carrie said, it's okay. Hunting is different than factory farming. The hunters I know go out of their way to prevent cruelty, and they don't trophy hunt. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's differences. Morgan said that sweater is going to be amazing. I hope so. After all this, what if it was awful? I'll just give it to Goodwill and forget it ever existed. Nikki said, I'm making a quilt today. I was spinning this morning. Wow, you guys are so crafty. I love it. Crystal said, exactly. Danielle said, I'm at the body of a top-down halter top for my niece and off to meet my kid's bus. Bye, Danielle. Cheryl said, hunting to put food on the table. Yeah. I don't know yet. Shayna asked, which pattern are you going to make with the purple Trish? I thought, I've debated during the spinning about whether I want to do a 2-ply or a 3-ply, so that will make a big difference, When I decide, then I'll pick a pattern. There's so many that I want to do. I never feel like, I don't know what I can't find something. That never happens to me. But I'm envisioning something with a yoke that has maybe like little cables around the yoke or something. There's one by Veronique Avery. I think it's called Zenith. So maybe that one? I'm not sure. Morgan said, I'm trying to finish spinning some Jacob. I had a 6-color gradient, hardly any of three of the colors, and I got 5 spun during spin together, getting through the last one slowly. Look at you, rocking it. I'm going to start working on those 3 colors of Jacob this week or next. Words wrong, always. Tops this last weekend. It seems so soft. Have you come across it before? I have not. Is it a sheep breed? I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? Kimberly said, now I need to oil it and then start applying all these singles. Oh, Kim, are you working on it? I saw Julie's and it was really cool. And I don't always, I'm like hit or miss with those. Oh, did I freeze? I'm hit or miss with the Stephen West ones, whether I like them or not. But this one looks cool so far. Shanna said, truth, doing the West Knits mystery knit along and wanted a round yarn, so went with a 4-ply like a crazy person. Why is that crazy? Yeah, I think my internet connection froze for just a quick second. Hey, Kat. She said, hello, just back from holiday and delighted to find you online. Delighted you found me. Michelle said, I just got my first spinning wheel last night. Michelle, and you're practicing spinning right now? I love it. How are you doing? How do you feel like it's going? Jenna said, I'm finishing up Clue 2, not sure what to think myself. Eileen's working on a 4th Musselburgh hat. Musselburgh. I always want to say Musselburgh. This one is for my mom with some lovely BFL we bought in a local yarn shop here. Nice. Okay, I have not tried that, Tess. Speaking of which, John and I were saying when we were in the car driving, how hard it is for me to see the names but think of your real name. So if I don't get it right for a little while, it just takes me a while to train my brain. But I'm going to try. Kimberly said, while Mike is on this trip, I'm going to get going on knitting his sweater. Woo! She said, I do remember. She said, I spun 2 pounds of Jacob during Tour de Fleece for a husband's sweater. Hello, Jess. Shanna said, I have all the yarn to cast on a Musselburgh. Want to start after this shawl. You're making me want to knit, you all. Michelle said, I have a lot of art yarn, but I'll get it. You will. And maybe someday you'll want to go back to your art yarn and you'll be like, I can't. It happens. Nikki said, Nikki's doing the same knit along. Yes, Eileen said, don't forget to press the like button. Please do, guys. Carrie said, I want to say the muesli hat. I love it. You should. We're all going to have our own name for that poor hat. Carrie Doan said, got fleece at Fiber Festival this weekend, so washing and processing alpaca and llama. Shaylee is trying to finish Mountain Musings wrap. Look at you guys. Yeah, see, Crystal said art yarn is fun. It is fun. It's never what you want in the beginning, though. Isn't that funny? Rico, yes. Rico said, does anyone have serious existential moments where you think it's wrong to not be creating something with string? Like you start shaking and get that I left the stove burner on high feeling. I used to get that. And while we were, I know, it looks like a lot, but, it turns into just like tiny. But while we were driving to Rhinebeck, I did not take a wheel. And of course, I didn't take a loom either. And I started thinking about a project that I wanted to make. And then I thought about it like the whole entire week. And it's still going to happen. Gonna happen. Kat said I'm working on my hand spun Shetland bean and olive jumper. Ooh. Nikki said, does anyone know of a good resource to learn how to process alpaca? It's easier, Nikki, than wool because it doesn't have lanolin. So you can wash it in cold water. It's not hard to do at all. I've never done a video on alpaca. I can't believe that. But it's not hard at all. And you don't have to use hot. So don't, if you can help it. Crystal said we need to let new people know that your first yarn will never be perfect, but will totally be perfect. We do. And keep some. Make sure you keep some. I don't have mine. I kept it for a long time, but I don't have it now. Cheryl said we'll be doing a 4-day marathon next week. A marathon, like as in running? You're going to run for 4 days? Jess said I'm torn between working on gift craft and spinning or knitting for myself. I'm going to work on at least one of each, but for now I have to work, so I'll be mostly working and lurking. Okay, Jess. Morgan said, Rico, I have to work hard not to resent my children sometimes. Be your own snack. I've got spinning to do. Oh. Jess said alpaca is the bomb. She loves it. Mel said I haven't been spinning at all too many projects on the needles. I showed John's Cardi to Adam. He loved it. I need to learn how to. They're so easy. They look like a big deal. And then when you try them, you're going to be like, oh. She said that'll be Goal's sweater for me someday. That sweater looks so nice on him. I just want to hug him. Sherry said, Crystal, I agree. Wabi sabi, beauty in imperfection. Wow, did I miss something? Crystal said I made all mine into mittens. Ashley said, hi all. Rico, I also get irritated when people don't let me work on projects. I get itchy to spin and knit. I totally get that. Cheryl said, okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Sorry, my nose is itchy. It's probably the wool floating all around. I also went up and put 24 braids to soak in the dungeon. So I came home to eat lunch and there was like a little bit of wool kind of like stuck to my fingernails, you know, and I can see it on the top of my sandwich and I'm like, do I even want this? But you know me, I just scooched it off and ate my sandwich. Sandra said I am currently spinning alpaca straight from the animal. You mean it's shorn though, right? And it is going very well. So unwashed. I did try that. And do your fingers get really dirty, Sandra? Because that was the problem I had. Carrie said Christmas projects need started. I'm sorry, I don't do any. Mel said, Morgan, that needs to be on a t-shirt. Shanna said, I love Cable's knits, purl, every 10 rows or so, play do-si-do with the stitches. I do too. Just said, LOL, Morgan, every day when my kids were growing up thinking you can reach everything when I don't want. Yeah, you can reach everything when I don't want you to, so why not now? Oh, okay. Sherry said, traditional Japanese aesthetics, wabi-sabi is a view centered on the acceptance of transience and imperfection. So it's like the mandalas, kind of. I mean, they're not Japanese. I totally know that. But the transience is always part of that, you know, because they're just going to... Morgan said to Jess, right? She is so capable when being naughty. Carrie said no Christmas projects this year. I do have to dye my mom one of those Christmas tree sock yarns. She specifically asked for it though, so it's not really the same. Michelle said I'm working on a slouchy Musselburgh hat for my son. Sandra said not my fingers but the floor. Oh, okay, so a lot falls out. Because mine, it was so dusty. You know how they like to roll in the dust? And I think it was that particular area had a lot of like super fine I don't know if it was dirt or sand or what, but it was super fine. So it was like making a little, it was sticking to my fingers. It was gross. But I don't think that's always the way it works. But they do like to roll in the like dusty dirt. Jillian said, I'm also working from an alpaca baby, really fine without washing first. I tried washing it and it came out an absolute mess. Did it felt? Carrie, I do that every year. I wish you so much luck. I hope you do better than I do. Kimberly said, raw alpaca is so dirty. I spun it once and didn't think it'd ever wash out all the dust. Ashley said, y'all, I found a Strouch Finest drum carder this weekend, 45 minutes from me. It was cheapish, in perfect condition, and had all the original stuff it came with. Did you buy it? She said, I had to tell people who'd understand. Are you serious? That is a wonderful find. Ashley, congratulations. I hope you bought it. Carrie said, I get a lot of requests for slippers. We'll actually be able to make some with my hand spun this year. That's fun. That's really fun. Jillian said the baby alpaca is going straight to the combs. I bet that'll get some of the dust out though, right? If you comb it. She said, then I will spin and then I will wash. And Jess said to Morgan, they all are. Ours are grown, but now it's the same story with the grands. It's so true. And they're so innovative when they're trying to do something like secretively that they know they're not supposed to do. Like, why do you not apply all those brains to everything else? Michelle said he grew out his hair on the top of his head and needs space to be able to pull it back without crushing his hair. Okay. Hey, Alice. Rico said, how is there not a show partially centered on the fiber art scene? Okay. There was a Danish show where they knit and got like eliminated, you know, what do you call those kind of shows? And they competed. I can't remember what it was called. Carrie said no one ever asked, but it's on YouTube. She said no one ever asked me for knitted or crocheted or woven gifts for Christmas. I do it to myself, so this year I will not. I don't do it, Carrie. If I want to give you a gift, I'll give you a gift during the year, but I do not give anyone hand knit gifts during Christmas. Some years I will save up all the socks, like I'll just throw them in a bin during the year and then I'll give them away for Christmas, but I do not knit. I don't, because it is so stressful and you don't need that on top of decorating, cooking, planning all the food, you don't need that. I'm sure Dan helps. I'm sure he probably does some of it. Morgan said, Ashley, yay, such a good drum carder. It is so good. You are going to love it. Jillian said, no, it did not felt the baby alpaca, but it was all for clumped, not easy to comb. Interesting. So like clumped together, it's harder once you wash it to find like the butts of the cut fiber. Shaylee said, I had the same while spinning alpaca, even after it came back from the mill, dirty hands and bobbins. I probably had dirty bobbins. I don't remember. Ashley said, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, posted 3 minutes in. I was there first in line and got a beautiful drive to boot. Good job. I love it when you guys get deals like that. I love it. Also, I think I told you guys, but Otto Strouch is back in business. He joined with, I think it was Celestial Yarns, Celestial something. And they're going to do like a new line of drum carders. Rico said, okay, honestly, I just want to see all equipment in person. Wouldn't it be so nice if there was a place to go where you could try a whole bunch of stuff? He said, DIY is so fun, but I never know if I got it right or not. Sounds like you're getting a lot right. I mean, you keep going. Cheryl said, I have a lot of alpaca, not sure on what kind it is. Cheryl, okay, so if it's Surrey, it's usually 6 inches or longer, and it also is very alarmingly like human hair. Oh, maybe it's only alarming to me. And then when you get it wet, because you're washing it to spin it, it's alarmingly like the hair from that movie The Ring, where you can't like get it off you. Is it The Ring? The Grudge. It freaks me out. Cheryl said, is there a way to tell what kind of... Yes. And then also, Surrey pretty much doesn't have any crimp. So if it has some crimp, even if it's just a little, it's probably Wakaya. Just said, Morgan, I looked outside once to see our youngest, 3 at the time, hanging off the roof of the garage with older sibs pulling her up so they could all jump off the roof onto the trampoline. Bless. Crystal said that sweater I knit was Christmas birthday gift to my daughter. She wears it at least once a day. Oh. Okay, the great knit off. Thank you, Mr. Tom. I appreciate that. Jelaine said socks are the only thing I would gift. I used to make a pile and then just give them all away. I should probably do that again next year. Just said to Morgan they were climbing up a lawn chair tower to get up there. Carrie said, Dan adores Christmas and does a ton, but if he makes gifts, they will be smoked meat. Okay, smoked meat. Yeah. Morgan said, Celestial Farms. Okay, thank you. In Oregon. Jolene said, hubby is knit worthy. He gets sweaters, no one else. I mean, I'll knit them a sweater. I just don't wait for Christmas. Alice said, in process of buying a place, first thing on my list is dish towels for her. For weaving, you mean, Alice? That's so nice. It's fun to make stuff for your new place. Pete said, card making, warping tea towels, and knitting today. Dang, Pete. Come over and do some of that at my house. I've been so busy since I got home. Jelaine said, I take it back. His niece is also knitworthy. New England girl, a young woman. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Kimberly's buying Mike a new loom for Christmas. He gets to make the gifts for family this year. Wow, yay. Good idea. Kat said, totally agree. My sister doesn't even seem to appreciate the hand knits I've done for my nephew. I've not seen him in any of them except for the elf cardie. The elf cardie, by the way, was really cute last year, so I'm not doing anymore. I don't feel any kind of way about it either. Sorry, I just read Carrie's. I don't feel any kind of way about it when people don't wear stuff, but I just don't, I don't do it again. Carrie said there's horrifying hair I can't get off of me, but it's on my chin. Cheryl said there's guard hairs in it. It's in bats. Then it is very likely Wakaya, because I don't think Surrey has any guard hair. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I only know what I've used. Crystal said, gotta love kids. Gotta love them. You do. You guys are so funny. Hoskins said, I make fingerless gloves for gifts. I will make them again, but not for Christmas. Pete said, turned Facebook off to give me real world time. Look at you, Pete. I have not had, I listened to a book today while I got all those balls of yarn or a wool measured and soaking. But other than that, I haven't had during work time, TV, nothing. And my brain is exhausted. Alice said, yes, Trish, yay. My own hand wovens that aren't a gift. That's exciting. Do you know what colors you want to do, Alice? Valerie said, Carrie, welcome to my world. About once a year I have a roach in here. Ashley said, my sister and mom both appreciate hand knits, but my sister knits too. So I don't bother on anyone for her except socks. She gets hand spun for, oh, that's nice. What a nice gift. She gets hand spun for Christmas to help offset my insane yarn production. Hey, Andy, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not too late. Jess said, ours were inventive. We also got a call from the neighbor. The stuff was flying out the upstairs window. The girls were supposed to clean their room, got in a fight, and threw each other's stuff out. Oh my goodness. She said, hubby then proceeded to mow their stuff with the mower. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. We gotta change hooks again. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's good consequence for them doing that, right? If you're going to do it, stuff might get destroyed. Kimberly said we have a local alpaca ranch, Fireball alpacas. They have 70, like 18 to 20 micron fiber. They also have a fiber mill. I dropped off Cinnamon's 22 fleece this past weekend for processing. Nice. It's nice to have a mill so close. I mean, if you have sheep or alpaca, it's nice. Our local one is, they have an alpaca farm too, so I know they process their owns. Oh, Shanna's not a fan of aging. You know what? It's better than the alternative. Oh gosh, Jess said the entire summer we were finding pieces of stuffing and shredded socks in the lilacs. I miss kids, but I laugh because when we were coming home from this trip, we were gone a week, and I packed food because, like, we pack our, this is really, I don't know, maybe too much info, but we pack our lunches because it's hard with that 26-foot camper in the truck to park at places, and then also I don't really want to leave Luther in the car a ton, you know, just because it's not the best idea. Thank you, Carrie. I'm glad. I'm glad it's not annoying. And so I'll like pack us lunch, or we'll both pack lunch the night before, and when we're on the road, we'll eat. So I had enough food when we got home. We could have stayed another week. For real. And I was worried I didn't have enough. I'm like, well, we could go grocery shopping if we don't have enough food. Not even close. We're still eating dinner tonight from stuff that we brought. Oh, shoot. All right, I have to go, you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was this late. Thank you for coming for live today. I just really missed you, and I had some time because I got my stuff caught up. So thanks. I will see you. Oh, sorry, Melanie. Don't worry. I'll be back. You guys have a good rest of your day. You too. Oh, I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. Bye.